So friends, they call this the Levitt shell now at Overton Park. Back in the 50s, this was called the Overton Park shell. And this, friends, is the site of none other than what some legend has called the very first rock and roll show ever played. July the 30th, 1954. This is where Elvis's first paid performance was. He got paid to play right here, and legend has it that he was so nervous that his leg began to shake and the fans went crazy. And the rest is history, friends. The Levitt shell right there. Elvis played here the very first time he got paid to play and sing. This is the site of it, and you can see they're still playing music here today. They're setting up for a show, but this is where they say the very first rock show happened, right here, friends.
So Elvis was opening for none other than Slim Whitman, and some of you people my age would probably remember Slim being on infomercials and selling his CDs and stuff on the TV when we were kids. And his name was spelled Ellis Presley, by the way, right there. This is Elvis backstage. This is Elvis with a little boy that grew up to be a police officer and actually stood watch over his body August 16th, August 17th, 1977. And this last picture is Elvis backstage. And we're going to find where this photograph was taken at, friends. So we're about to go inside. Stay tuned.
We just want to know a little bit about the history, and there's some photographs of Elvis here.
Well, there's only one, but it's a good one.
Okay.
It's this one right here.
Okay.
That was taken on July 30th, 1954, about 3 minutes before he took the stage to give his first concert ever.
And that's the Slim Whitman concert that he was opening. Okay.
His name was spelled wrong in all the advertisements.
Exactly, it really was.
Ellis Presley.
Ellis Presley, that's right.
Of course, he was 19. He only had one side recorded at the time. That's All Right, Mama.
That's right.
Had been recorded about 3 weeks earlier at Sun. 19 years of age, biggest show he's ever played, obviously. Walked out on the stage, promptly forgot the words to his song, and that's when he started playing guitar and doing this.
Really?
Because he forgot the words to the song and he had to kill some time.
Had to do something, and that
had to do something.
And that was his. So where did this happen at? This photograph.
Right here. He was standing right here.
So that is the wall that he's standing in front of.
That's the wall that he's standing in front of.
So he was literally in this room backstage.
He was literally standing right there.
So this hasn't changed. I mean, clearly this is new, but the physical shape of the room.
The physical shape of the room and everything is as it was. Now, one of the only different things.
Yeah.
Back then, the performers actually dressed and got themselves ready in the basement. Came up the back stairs, which I'll be happy to show you.
Okay.
And then through the center bay there, that's how they entered the stage.
Okay.
So that's a little bit different.
That's very cool. So friends, this is another picture right here, and what we've noticed is there's actually a turn in the wall. If you look at the bottom of their feet, the wall makes a turn right there where that seam is to the right of the guy with Elvis. That is right here, and of course the floor has changed. It's been tiled now. It's carpet actually. But there's actually a turn right there. So right there is actually the spot that this happened at. That right there.
Absolutely.
Let's move those chairs and we'll have a shot right there.
Okay. So that right there. Happened right there.
Yeah, you see it better here now with the.
Yeah, you can clearly see the turn in the floor. I'm glad they stood there. If they stood on a flat wall, you never know.
You never know.
That's right. So it's definitely right here. That is the spot right there.
That is the
one.
one.
See the turn.
Now, do you have a guitar? Do you know what good room?
That happened right here.
That's a cool picture of him, though.
That is a very cool picture. You can see Elvis's left or right foot is right in front of there. So he's actually standing somewhere like right there, something like that, as opposed to the wall or maybe a little bit further back, but somewhere in that neighborhood right there.
Here's a little piece of trivia not a lot of people know about that first performance. It was also the first time Elvis got paid in any way, shape, or form to do music.
That's right.
He hadn't received any money from recordings yet. He never got paid to do a performance. So we're very proud of that.
Yes, sir. That happened right here.
When he played in July of 1956, Johnny Cash opened for him. That was also the first time Johnny Cash ever got money to play a show.
Really?
I've never been able to verify this, but I'm told he made $4 for the night and went to Beale Street and drank it.
Wow.
And that sounds like Johnny Cash to me.
It does. That's a Johnny Cash story. That's real. That's pretty cool.
Even with the historic significance of the Elvis picture, my favorite picture in the place is still right here. I just love this picture of Carl Perkins.
Oh, cool.
He looks like he's having so dull, and look at the lights.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's right here on the stage outside, but
Yes,
we're
it
backstage right now.
That is correct.
Very cool.
That is
so this was, all these rooms were here at the time.
Yes, sir.
So the Coke machine picture could have been on either one of these sides.
Very much so.
Yeah. So I would say it would have been in one of these rooms based off of the
Probably
size.
more likely in here as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how much different it was back then, but I know now this is the performers' green room.
Okay.
This is where they hang, and this is where everybody gets ready, and to go on stage and then chill a little bit after the show. So
Very cool.
I'm guessing it was still the same back then,
Yes, sir.
because that area over there is really more administrative.
Okay.
At least that's how it is now. I'm guessing it was
That
the
is
same
very
way back
cool.
then. So
Color.
So there's a colorized version.
yeah,
Right, look at that.
and that's actually one of the tickets.
That is actually one of the tickets from that night. Look at that. That is awesome. And back then, they actually had seats.
Oh yeah.
But they've been
Yeah.
taken out now. It's long,
Yeah.
but at that time there was real seating.
They got taken out about 10 years ago when we did a renovation on the
Yes,
place.
sir.
We almost lost the show.
Yep. Yeah, glad we did. So these are the doors. This sticks out in the back of the shell, and there's the entry doors. You can go either way. Absolutely.
It's a basement.
Yes, sir.
That's where Elvis.
But this is where they would have gotten dressed at.
The basement area would have been where they got dressed, where they took it easy before the show and everything
Okay.
like that, and where they retreated to after the show.
So you'll show us.
And again, it's a mess down here. I apologize.
Well, it is what it is.
but we gotta store stuff someplace.
Yeah, it's a
so.
utility area.
It is. Probably right in here would be where Elvis got himself ready for the show. As you can see, it was a full restroom at one time.
Yep. That is ultra cool. You can see the sink right over there.
Certainly not functional anymore.
And there would have probably been a mirror right here that he would
Most
have
likely
fixed
a
his
mirror.
hair
Right, right.
and made sure his suit was nice and all that.
He dressed him in, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And this would have been the area that they would hang out in. What's this room over here?
Right now it's an electrical room, and
Okay.
I'm thinking that before that was probably a lounge area
Okay.
for the performers. With the restroom right over here, there's a very good chance this would have had a dressing room mirror in it, and that
Okay.
sort of thing. Like I say, right now
Yeah,
we're using it
well,
for
y'all
show.
added all the new lights and all that
Yeah,
stuff, so that's
yeah.
all that.
Of course, back in the day, the place was built in 1936. It was part of FDR's program, putting Americans back to work after the Depression. It was built for $11,985. Came in under budget and ahead of schedule.
Wow.
But since it's been finished for the slightly under $12,000, over $40 million has been put into it. Of course, when it opened, there was no amplification. You could see from the Carl Perkins picture, there really wasn't any lighting to speak of,
Yeah.
just what you put out on stage. It really was designed for light opera, Broadway, that sort of thing.
Right.
And that's what most of the shows
The
were.
shell was to amplify the sound.
To
and
amplify
push it
the
out.
sound, push it out to the audience, exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. And,
And,
it was,
and this could have been like lights there. Maybe this
very
would have been
probably
because
so,
of
yeah.
plugs
Sure,
there.
because of all the plugs that are
There
right
could have been
That
mirrors
makes
and
all the
lighting
sense in the
across
world.
there. It's possible. This would have been
Makes all the
a
sense.
get ready area right here.
Right,
You
exactly.
can see there's actually all the way around. So, and I would think that there would have been, like you say, for them putting on operatic type things, there'd be
Sure.
a lot of people getting ready.
Right, and
So
you
I
would
can
need a lot of,
envision mirrors and lights and all that
sure,
kind of stuff in
sure,
here all the
extra
way around
costumes
for a
and
lot
stuff
of
like
people
that.
to get costuming
and get ready.
That would make sense. That would make all the
So
sense.
this is the spot right here, friends. Elvis Presley actually
that day
got
Yes,
ready
sir.
right in here before he went on stage the very first time.
To your left, there's another light switch.
There you go. And this is a pretty good size room.
Yeah.
Now it's possible that the Coke machine would have been in this, but you know what? There would be lighting and stuff all the way around here. Look at this.
There's another restroom over here.
There's all the way around.
Or another former restroom, rather.
So there's another restroom over here. So in this, let's just say in this basement area,
Yeah,
Elvis got ready for his first
Exactly.
concert.
that is correct.
I think that's a reasonable assumption. We don't
That is
know
very correct.
where the original thing is.
Yeah.
But it looks like with the lighting, the way the plugs are, it looks like they would have had
Probably had
get
it
ready
set up
tables
for
all the way around this
around,
whole,
Sure.
because they would have done bigger productions here, I
Oh
would
yeah,
imagine.
oftentimes you had an orchestra on stage or
Exactly.
an orchestra pit that was in front of the stage at the time. We discovered that there was an orchestra pit a couple of years ago when we did the second renovation on the place.
And this is actually another bathroom
Yes, it
as
is.
well. So the electric room on the other side could have theoretically been a bathroom as
I've
well.
never seen any fixtures or anything in there, but that doesn't mean they weren't taken out.
That's
so.
true.
And
But
with,
the beauty
dimensional
is the
symmetry.
body of this
Yes.
is the same.
Very
the,
much.
The frame of this building is still the same frame
Very,
today.
very much.
That is ultra cool. Because you know what? The sad thing is we go back to try to tell stories, and a lot of the buildings are just
Oh yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you can never get this visual of any of the buildings.
Well, a couple
This
of
is
years,
incredible.
A couple of years back, we put a little over $4 million into renovation, new light system, new sound system, redid all the plumbing, all the electric in the place. They laid over 85 miles of electrical wire.
Wow. I saw the robotic lights out there on the
Right.
pole and all that. So you got a really cool lighting system.
Well, we had to reinforce the sound system, the stage underneath where the new sound system went in. And when they did that to take out the old concrete,
Yeah.
the guys that had to cut that concrete out said, this is obviously what was poured in 1936.
Yeah.
Because they had actually set aside about 4 hours to cut 2 holes, 4 by 8, one on either side of the stage. Took them 3 days.
Wow.
Took 3 days
Wow.
to cut that hole just because the concrete was so well poured back then.
It's serious stuff. Well, this place is well built. Clearly, it's
Oh, yeah.
it's the bones of it were good enough to invest that kind of money in.
Absolutely.
And this is a larger room than that room.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So, and it could have been. I tell you what. I bet you it was. I bet you it was female.
Probably female and male.
2 bathrooms.
With all
male.
the electricity back here, we've also speculated at times, I wonder if it was used for rehearsal,
Yeah.
perhaps? That was entirely possible.
Because there'd be a lot of times more females than males. 2 bathrooms over there.
Sure.
So it may be reasonable to assume that this was the male side with the 1 bathroom, and that was the female side over there with the larger room. So friends, Elvis got ready for his very first paid concert right here in this basement. We don't know where, we don't know which side, but I guarantee you it's here somewhere in this area. You can see that room over there is a little larger than this room. That wall is further this way. But nevertheless, it all happened right here. So friends, I believe Elvis would have gotten ready on this side. I think this would be reasonably said to be the men's side. There's the bathrooms right there. He would have walked out this door, gone up these stairs, gone back into the building right here. He's going to have to come unlock it. And naturally it's raining today.
We would not have locked Elvis out at home.
And walked right in here, come over here, got his picture made. Nervous. The picture was taken just minutes before he went on stage. He leaves this side of the room. He walks right back out here. We don't know which side he went out, but let's say he went this way. He opens this door. He comes out here and plays his first paid concert ever. And this place was, back then it had stationary seating. Like these seats that are stationary, it was all stadium type seating where the grass is.
and I'll show you some photographs of it.
I can also show you something else on there.
All right, it happened right here, friends, right here, Levitt Park shell. All right, what else? He said something about his mom and dad sat on this side. Okay.
Those were actually the side pieces of the seats that were on the hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when we did the renovation and took them out, instead of throwing them away, we made walls out of them.
Oh, okay. So that was the seats were made. So the
Yes,
long
sir.
part was buried, and then the seats were on the top part. Is that
Right,
how it is?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So the seats were mounted to this, and then the long part was buried. So that's part of the seats. That's very interesting. That's
Yes,
very
it
cool.
is.
So see, I thought that this had changed more than it has changed.
This is kind of an update on the original design.
Okay.
But it's we had to make some concessions for technology and stuff.
Well, sure.
It's been very important for us to keep the integrity and the history of the shell. When we did the first renovation on it, one of the things people were very upset about was in the old days of the shell, the arcs were painted rainbow colors.
Yes.
And everybody wanted the rainbow back, so we make sure that these lights are capable
Colored
of
like that.
rainbow. And we do that very, very
Yeah, you got a
quickly.
huge lighting system in here now.
Yes, we
That's
do.
why all that electric is down there.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to the middle of the stage, and I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to come off the stage and go into the dressing room. So we're going to reenact Elvis here. So Elvis would have been somewhere in the middle of the stage right here.
To the best of our knowledge, I believe he was right here.
So you think so?
I think he was right in this area.
Okay.
Right there. Yes, sir.
So he would have been more, he's thinking over here to the side instead of center stage. Because they probably had stuff set up for Slim in center
Right,
stage
exactly.
because he was the opening act. So he played here. This is what it would have looked like, similar to this. And then he turns and goes back inside. Very nervous. Inside just like this. And then probably came into this room. So now we know, friends, right here. It happened right here. Amazing. To be able to get somebody that actually works here, because I know because you're here, you're physically here, people will tell you the stories. And they would
It's one of the great
corroborate
pleasures.
that you would know that
Right.
something like that.
Right.
That's not things you could find
No.
out in the internet. And there's no
No.
way to get somebody to tell you that was here.
No.
But people come here that were here at the time, I'm sure, and have told over the years.
And we very much search those people out.
Right.
If people have stories or memorabilia or anything that they like to share with us, we love hearing
So
from
we
people.
feel like that happened over on this side. So is
That's-
there a
yes.
way that they can get in touch with you, Silver, if they have information about photographs, video, anything
An email
like that?
would be fantastic.
Tell
It's
us.
just silver@levittshell.org, LEVITTSHELL.org.
Okay.
And I'd be delighted to hear from anybody, seriously.
So friends, if you have video footage, there's possibly some video footage of this, but no sound. But if that's possible, but he's not seen it. He's heard that it exists. If you have video footage, if you have video footage with sound, if you have photographs of that night, or any of the nights back then it was the Overton Park shell before it was the Levitt shell.
Correct.
So if you have any of those things, contact Silver and make him aware of it, or send it to me. You know how to get up with me, and I'll make sure that they get it, because we want to know what happened here. So there's people out there that have photographs of this that
yeah.
have never come forward. They're in
Absolutely.
shoe boxes.
Absolutely.
If your parents came to this and they've got shoe boxes of pictures, look through them. Let's get the history out so we know what happened here.
And we're very good about preserving stuff like that. The history of this place is absolutely sacred to us, I promise you.
Exactly. So tighten up, find those pictures, get them. Video, especially if you've got it, or even sound recording. We want to know what happened here. Thank y'all so much for watching. So friends, this photo right here, you can see the line right there, and the wall turns. That's that turn right there. So he was standing literally right here. And the stage is on the other side of that wall. He would have gone out that door, to the left, out onto the stage. An iconic day.
What the heck is this doing here?
Sorry,
Welcome
Silver.
Welcome home, Elvis.
Yes, indeed. Silver tightened up and hung the Elvis picture back up. We took it down. We didn't ask him, friends.
It was okay.
So that's what the back of the shell looks like, and all this stuff is, in fact, original. Amazing.
Friends, one last thing. This used to be on the back of the Levitt shell. Now, where back there, I don't know, but you can see that it's got the Jewish star, it's got the Christian cross, it's got the menorah, it's got Elvis actually playing a bass guitar, it's got the lamb, and they had some complaints and that kind of stuff, so they reduced it to this, which is Elvis playing a bass guitar, which is very reminiscent of his time at the American Sound Studios, but it's, of course, all painted over now completely and gone. But it was at one time there, and American Sound Studios was 69, and, of course, the outfit is 50s. So it was a mixture of all the years. Thank you for watching.